Justice for Ijaz! Justice for Ijaz!
Justice for Ijaz! Justice for Ijaz!
Thank you.
We need the name of the officer! Justice for Ijaz!
Justice for Ijaz!
Justice
Justice
for Ijaz!
for Ijaz!
Justice for Ijaz!
Thank you. Assalamu alaikum, everyone. Good afternoon. First of all, I'd like to say thank you to Brother Yusuf and his family and all the organizers here that have given us the opportunity to speak. I'm very thankful for being given the platform to be able to speak up in regards to our family. And I want to thank you all as well for coming out. I know it's a Saturday, especially prime time. You know, this is time you spend with your family, time you do things, taking the time out and supporting us in solidarity for everything that has happened, not just with our family, with multiple families and multiple people that is still occurring with. My uncle Ijaz was murdered about 28 days ago in his own home. The Emergency Task Force of Peel Regional Police was called for a mental wellness check, and they busted down his back door and fired multiple shots into him. Many of you have probably seen the viral video going around. It kind of shows you exactly what happened, so I don't really want to speak up too much about it. Most of you have probably seen it, so you have an understanding of what kind of happened. It's been 28 days, and every single time we've been told by politicians, by the Chief of Police, of Peel Regional Police, the same thing. SIU is investigating, SIU is investigating, SIU is investigating. That's the only thing we've been told. Imagine having your father, your uncle, your brother, your loved one be murdered, and you're being told to just have patience.
Shame! Shame!
It took you 3 seconds. It took you 3 seconds to shoot multiple shots into a 62-year-old father of 4, eldest of 6 siblings, and uncle of 25 nephews and nieces. It took you 3 seconds. If it takes you 3 seconds to murder someone who's so medically and mentally ill, why does it take a minimum already 28 days to give us an answer? It makes no sense. Our family has been mourning. Our family has been mourning for 28 days. 28 days, and we have nothing to just, like, we have no reason to kind of feel better. If there was some, there's been given 0 answers. It's frustrating because I don't even know how to speak up about it. I've been going to multiple rallies, multiple protests, and I'm forced to kind of say the same thing. Because every single time I go, it's the same thing from their side. Oh, our condolences, we're so sorry, and the SIU is still investigating. Why don't you give the power to the SIU to investigate quicker? Why don't you give the power in the SIU's hands that he can complete a thorough and legitimate investigation? Even though we don't have full faith in the SIU, because clearly, again and again, you can see 99% of their cases have been voted in favor of the actual police officer that committed it. It just brings you into the thought of mind that you see a system that's supposed to be built for you. Again, with the correctional facility here as well, you see that it's supposed to be built for you, it's supposed to help you, it's supposed to help the public. You know, we're trying to bring crime rates down, but it does the complete opposite. The murder that didn't happen outside happened inside. Again and again, I see Brother Yusuf, his brother Solomon. I went up further into the case when it happened. I read about it, and he's actually a member of the community, so I knew of it. But when you actually get details of what happens, it hurts. A mentally ill man is beaten with 50 bruises again and again. Well, first of all, he shouldn't be there to begin with. He has a mental health issue, and you're putting him within 4 walls. Anyone with a good mental state of mind goes into a crisis being in a prison. We see it again and again. Why do you put someone who has a mental health problem within 4 small walls? Imagine if I took you, an innocent person who's mentally ill, and I said, listen, you know what? I'm going to put you in this room and I'm going to lock you here for years. How would you feel? They don't know how it feels because they're not in the position. They have power, they have authority, they've been given power and authority by the government. And they abuse it again and again and again. We don't just see it in the prison system, we see it in the public itself. My uncle was in his own home. He was in his own home. Imagine you're sitting in your own home and you see a SWAT team pull up to your back door with assault rifles, Glock 9s, fully body armored up, and shoot multiple shots into you. That shouldn't happen. It shouldn't happen, and it's hard. It's hard to seriously just cooperate with the government. It's hard to understand what they're trying to say because what they're saying makes zero sense. Anyone who's in distress does not need guns, does not need someone with body armor pulling up to their home or where they feel safe and intimidating them when you already know they're afraid. It makes no sense, and again I say it. I hope every single person that is out here, regardless if this injustice occurred with you or if you're standing here in support with solidarity, I thank you all for coming out and speaking up because it's very difficult. I myself, that was my uncle. So I feel for how his kids are, how his wife is, and I can't understand how much pain they're going through. I as a nephew, I'm going through so much pain. So I understand the pain that comes through when losing your loved one in such an unjust way because it shouldn't have happened. And again, I thank you all for coming out. I hope we do all get justice in some way. In reforms, of course, is hoping that it comes in a soon time. Because it's been 30, 40 years and we've been seeing it again and again. People keep saying, why all of a sudden have people started to speak out? Why all of a sudden is there Black Lives Matter movements? The reason why is because a lot of our parents have migrated from other countries to Canada for a better life. And when they came here, they didn't speak English. They didn't have the fluency of the mother language of Canada. And now their kids, their children, their loved ones who have grown up here in this community have adapted to the Canadian lifestyle. We have gotten the power to speak up. And that's why we're all here today. If it wasn't for us, these type of things would keep happening again and again without any type of actual action. So I thank you all, and I say justice for every single person that is here, every single movement that is going on in this country, in this world, and I hope you guys all do get justice in some way, and I hope that we do get justice as well, and inshallah everything does work out. All right, thank you.
Assalamu alaikum rahmatullahi barakatuhu. Can you hear me okay? I would like to begin by saying thank you to Yusuf Fakiri and his family for inviting us out today. And I would like to wish peace and strength to his family and all the families who have lost loved ones and who are waiting for answers and justice. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala magnify your reward, perfect your bereavement, and forgive your departed. Ameen. As you heard, I'm here because Across Boundaries provided supports and services for 9 years to Andrew Loku. Andrew Loku was a black man from Sudan. He was a father of 5. He was suffering from mental health and addiction issues and trauma. But he was rebuilding his life. He had